Seems like every year I end up buying one of these things. Maybe it's time to stop selling them. Alright, so why are we looking at another M60? Well, because I bought another one. The last M60, the VN, ended up selling it. Price was too good to pass up, and actually, shamelessly, I should be getting another one in. Hopefully this will be the last one in my endeavor for putting the right LMG for me. Kind of miss my top M60, can't lie. Anyway, so what's so special about this? Why are we doing a video on this one again? Well, been 2 weeks since I got it, and I really have been itching to take a look at this. Mind the mess. This is the latest iteration of their gearbox, and as you can see, it doesn't look anything like the old brick that used to be A&K's LMG gearboxes. It's actually quite nice. I haven't broken into it yet. We're gonna kind of do that together. I don't want to say this is an unboxing, but this is just kind of like a dissection together, find out what's going on under the hood. And there's a few surprises here, some definite big updates. This is actually like nice. And then to already go ahead and discuss it, this is actually lighter than the old gearboxes, substantially light. I would dare say almost as light as a Retro Arms aluminum CNC gearbox. Sorry, not enough caffeine today. So, anyways, we're gonna go outside, test fire this real quick because I don't feel like waking up the kiddos, and we'll go ahead and break her open. As you can see, other than just the warranty mark, we have not broken into this yet, and I have been itching to do it. So, let's go. This time I got smarter because now I have it pressed up against the actual seat. Alright. Line this up. Flinch a little. Like stock, that actually sounds pretty decent. Really decent. Like, I almost want to wait until morning and find out how this sounds like before I tear into it and start swapping out parts. But we will still take a look at what's going on inside. So, as we heard, actually sounded like a real AG for once. And that's just been my past experience with, several iterations of this, from the PKM, M249, and now my third A&K M60. This is by far the best one yet. Let me get rid of that hole. So what do we got going on right off the bat? Well, I'll put a picture from the website of what they show is going on. From the top view, you can see the new gearbox. Then looks like steel cut gears, updated piston head, updated air nozzle for once. It's not that clear plastic, actually. I think I have one around here. This one. So that was the old air nozzle. Why do I still have this around? I have no idea. And then we have an actual, I don't know if it's neodymium, but that's something. We have an actual really strong motor. So we'll tear into this, see what's going on. Did I really need caffeine? Hold tight. Sorry, gears do look to be still cut. I can't really get the lighting that well, but it does seem shimming has improved. There is a little bit of play there, which is nice. Nothing side to side that I can feel. It's like shimmed perfectly against the gearbox. Not that that's an issue, it's bearings and whatnot. I like to have a little, just a tiny hair of slop, which I don't really get in this. But I mean, it doesn't sound bad at all. I'm gonna go ahead and hazard a guess 1801s. Not that I would suspect anything else. Before we dive into it, I just really want to appreciate the gearbox shell. Usually they're sharp, jagged. You fear running your fingers there because you're going to get cut. But this is nice. This is refined. Painted don't want to say obviously, but let's find out. Oh no, he's not. Yep, yeah, painted. Same thing like their M6 or the actual metal. But cool. Without further ado, it's gonna be a 2.5, and let's find out what torque they have these. At least, you know, the ghetto clutch on the drill. And not too much at all, so remember that not to over torque it. And before I totally forget, one, let me put that there. Two, make life easy. Same ball bearing spring guide with the aluminum guide insert, whatever you want to call it. I know Retro Arm sells one. It's aluminum. Whatever. Let me go ahead and plug that too. Oh, right. I cannot recall. I'm going to have to look back in the video and maybe annotate it. I don't recall them having the wires actually encased like that. That is really nice. It keeps it nice and clean. Doesn't pinch anything. Maybe I'm just thinking about the PKM, getting that confused. But again, I'll reference the old video. And probably play some version of Painted Black or something like last time. You guys get the luxury of having this montaged or fast forward and whatnot. I still have to sit here and you know, dick around with this. Now, I am tossing all the screws to the side because, generally speaking, from my past experience, all these screws are the same length with the exception of the two screws that are holding the micro switch. So, unless I'm proven wrong, I'm not really too concerned about trying to remember which ones go where because they're all kind of, you know, the same. Alright, probably should have done this while you guys were zooming in. Sorry, zooming by. Anyways, yep, same old. These are just a skosh longer than, sorry. These are just a skosh longer to accommodate the micro switch and whatnot, so no biggie. I'm just going to leave this there. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up. Yeah, right. It's always that little sticker. Shalom warranty. Paint. Alright. What do we got? Ooh. Well, it looks like we still have those traditional. Yeah, maybe I can pop that out. Really long. Yep. Still using the same bearings, which I've never actually had an issue with those. I kind of took the negative airsoft approach, which I'm a little disappointed now because I don't think I'm going to, but buying those bearing gears to kind of overpass some of the issues that are traditionally found with these gearboxes. Let's dive into it. So, one thing I did note that is a really strong magnet there. I was going to say spring. This is the 400 FPS version. Stubby little spring here. Usually I don't like that much longer, but hey, it works, right? For now, anyways. Gearbox wise, not too much grease on it. It actually looks fairly clean. It's actually shims. And the motor cage, it's still the same. Not much seems to have really changed there. Very limited movement, very limited adjustment, but from peeking at the gears, it does seem like they have lined it up pretty well. And actually, speaking of the gears, that's your bevel. Does look steel cut, like your SHS or your what SEMA's using. We'll pop that off for now. Does look like it's 1801 full set of teeth and a delay chip. Nice. And they are slightly beveled. Nice. They have really stepped up their game there. About the spur. Same thing, slight bevel. Already got dog hair in this. Slight bevel to the ends, or radius all the way around. Well, shoot. I'm just going to keep the gears like that. I don't see a reason to swap them out yet. Now, probably thinking in your head, well, I'm going to make it high speed, blah, 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 this and that. Yeah, I mean, you can. Played that game. Ammo that kind of thing. Then you have your gearbox, not your gearbox, your magazine box to worry about, timing all that, swapping out to bull gear, this and that. Speaking of bull gear, the hop up unit, it's the exact same as the last video. I'll put up some reference picture somewhere where it's the new style. Looks like the Prometheus bucking with the Omega nub. So now you have full contact on the, I should have a BB around here. You have full contact where it's going across, right? Nice solid little curved piece pushing down equally on the BB versus just the nub going straight down. Those of you guys who have been using LMGs for a while, you know what I mean. It's a little nub just going vertically versus horizontally. So huge improvement. I back then I didn't see a need to swap out that current generation of M60s back then. Last year was doing pretty well with the hop up, consistent feeding. So let's take a look at this motor. Is it neodymium? It is fairly torquey. So hey, what do you know? Why don't we compare it to what I was going to replace it with? Whoops. Now, I am not an expert on manufacturing and whatnot, nor can I tell you what company sourced what and whatnot, but we'll give it the old redneck. Let's feel how she sits and whatnot. So, this is the ZCI 16 TPA. Neodymium as well. This one's shinier. More cutouts. About the same. Just, you can tell there's different material. Both have the D-type pinion. And yeah, both are using neodymium magnets. Let's see field test. It feels exactly the same. Maybe this one just maybe a hair tighter. No, exactly the same. It feels exactly the same. Well, I mean, waste of parts. I mean, I say that like a bad thing. I'm actually a little disappointed that I don't really have to do much. I love working on these things, you know, just making your own, but these are some nice pre-upgrades. From what I understand, this is going to be the standard now, which in the LMG world, this is a very, very long time coming. Because let's face it, they sucked prior. Fight me on that one. Stock LMGs usually, the gearboxes were horrible, and if you wanted good, more than just stock performance, a little bit more decent, smoother, and not sounding like a pig getting, you know, you'd swap them out. You'd do a little bit of work, not much, but wow, I'm impressed. I'm not paid or sponsored or anything, just in case I bought this on my own. Actually, the wife helped, but she gives me my allowance. So that's the motor. Let's take a look at the compression set. So let's see if I have an old one. I don't think I do anymore. I think I ended up using it. I do have the old piston head though. So the piston itself, new material, black, still flat faced, not the mushroom type, which I don't really have an issue with. It's preference. It's an LMG, you know, you don't need it the most quietest thing in the world and whatnot. Cylinders still the same, A&K quality. Let's see. This one from last time, just same. I will say the piston head and air nozzle, it's metal, it's aluminum. So I always, occasionally, when I was teching and whatnot, I would see these things cracked and whatnot. One of my PKMs that I got already cracked, so I don't really have too much faith in these. That's all aluminum. That is nice. There is no O-ring in it though, which, I mean, you know, pick your battles there. I don't know right off the bat who makes this, or who makes an O-ring version of that one. Fitment seems pretty nice. Also aluminum, which is also a huge plus for me. Got a lot of reinforcement up front, so I'm not really too worried about it. Is this radiused already? No. It's not. Just for those who are wondering. And yes, we will check AOE and all that, but let's go ahead and get that back in. Find out what our compression is like. Still the same tappet plate from years prior. I don't know where my tappet plates are. Seriously, where my tappet plates go? No, I don't have them. Anyways, so let's see. Bloop. Oh look. No, never mind. Sorry. I'll turn that to the side. Dog hair everywhere. Oh man, I don't think I'm gonna be selling this one. We see that, right? I'm done. I'm done. There is I'm calling it. There's probably not much need to be swapped out. I mean, what else can you ask for? I'll check AOE, but I mean, you got your gears, your steel cuts, you got your high torque motor, and you got your compression kit that actually works, and maybe let's see. Nope, ball bearing system in there. Check that off the list. Everything that I usually would do to these things, it's already done. I don't know if Evike or any of the other stores are bringing this in yet. I did get this from overseas. So maybe in the next couple of months, year, I don't know, you might start seeing these things trickle in. I will say, as of last year, the PKM, I believe, was supposed to get an upgrade like this. And when I got my 2 PKMs from Evike, they were still the standard, like first gen style with the old hop up unit and whatnot. So, wait for these to trickle in, or once I secure my other M60, I will leave the link and where I got it. If you know, you know, that's fine. But you know, me being a selfish asshole, so you can also get a lot cheaper that way too. Anyways, what else is on this? Check AOE, right? It's gonna be a short video. I mean, I was dead set on swapping that out and this out. And I don't really have anything else to put that in right now, because the other AKs that I have are already high torque. So, son of a bitch. I sound like I'm complaining, but there's. Let's see where that sits. Just for those who are going to complain or ask about it. And let's zoom in real quick. Bloop. Let's see, full force, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I call that good enough. Not gonna mess with anything, add a sorber thing, pattern, whatnot. I mean, you can do whatever you want, man. I'm just gonna stick with it. What more can I say that I already haven't said? I feel like this may have been a little bit of a waste of a video, for my sake, because I wanted to see what I was going to swap out and whatnot. But as for, I can't even say that, but shit, I guess now's the time. If you're looking to getting into LMG, I mean, you know, the weight and everything, this might be the golden age of the machine gun now. Already coming fully equipped with your upgraded gears, a solid compression kit, high torque motor. The MOSFET, you know, I can live without. I'm not a fan of this thing. I don't trust it. It looks exactly the same, and I don't care for the ROF adjuster. A little gimmicky to me. But everything seems to have gotten the upgrades that we have needed to come up into the modern era of airsoft, right? It wasn't, what, maybe 4 years ago, the first M60 that I was working on. I can throw a picture and whatnot. Shimming was crap. The specs and everything, the gearbox were always kind of mishmashed and whatnot. this seems right on the money. I mean, I can't wait to, I'll probably pull in the video later on. I can't wait to take this thing out and fire it in the morning. Here's it on 11.1. Dry firing. I got no box, just hanging off the, yeah. That actually sounds a lot better. Guess I'm running 11.1 on it. Alright. Anyways, that's gonna wrap it up. And, yeah, got nothing else to say. Alright, guys, we can get this back together. It's the same as anything else. Pleasantly surprised. Under-caffeinated, but pleasantly surprised.